we go. What's happening, world? Happy Friday. Once again, welcome to another episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm your host, Deshaun, here at Where Media Meets Studios in conjunction with VJ TV. Where Media Meets, Feral Films, History in the Making Entertainment. Got a nice show lined up for y'all. Hopefully y'all is safe, in good hands.
Yes, sir.
What's happening with it? So it's a great day. So let everybody introduce themselves. Like I said, I got a great show for y'all tonight. We're gonna talk some good stuff. I got two good brothers here tonight. We're gonna talk some real educational stuff, dropping some gems on y'all tonight.
Lamar Russell. You can follow me on Facebook at Lamar Russell. Follow me on Instagram, Mr. Russell Services, motivational speaker, insurance specialist, trying to empower my people, teach my people how to get to the next level.
That's what's up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Dwayne Aikens, Oakland native, owner of WELO, nonprofit organization based out of Oakland. You can find me on Facebook, Dwayne Anthony Aikens Jr. You can also follow my business page, We Lead Hours, and also the Bay Area Seminoles. And that's our Instagram, We Lead Hours, Bay Area Seminoles, Mentoring on the Fly, We the Scenario Podcast. And then my personal IG is at D Elegance WELO. That's also my Twitter handle. I'm looking forward to hanging out with y'all tonight.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. So I'd like to welcome both of y'all to the show. I appreciate y'all taking the time out your schedules to be here, tuning in. You could be anywhere in the world, but you here with us.
Thanks for the invite. Blessed to be here.
Thank you. So first, I want to start off. We lost a hip hop icon this week. Rest in peace to Prince Marky D of the Fat Boys.
Yes.
Hip hop legend. That's it's just death is everywhere.
Yeah. Like I always say, it's not if you die, it's when you die.
Right.
Yeah. The crazy part about it, it is sad to hear about icons passing away, but it's even sadder when folks don't realize that everybody's going to die someday, and that it's a part of life.
Yes.
And people be like, I can't believe that they passed away.
Yes. Yeah, everybody's gonna go.
Yeah.
Like I said, this earth we live on is temporary.
Exactly.
So that's why we gotta live it to the fullest and make sure you tell your loved ones every day that you love them and let them know how you feel, because we just never know.
Yeah, and do something while you're here. Like spend some time doing something while you're here. I remember talking to some of my mentees, and I was telling them about how, like, growing up here, you walk past liquor stores, and then I left to go to college. I came back, and then you go by the liquor store, you see the same OGs still in front of the liquor store that was there.
Hey, bro, baby.
And I'm like,
boy, you getting big, boy, just like your daddy.
Right. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what do you do to where you get to stand in front of the store all day?
Right.
Then you think about it, most of them are still living on their parents' couch.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yes.
I don't want that job.
Yes.
So, like, it's really, like, the capacity of it all. And, like, I think that's what makes Oakland unique. You got a lot of subcultures within one culture. It's sad that sometimes our negative hashtag is the one that brand the city and everybody get excited about. And many of our young folks don't feel like they can dare to be different. Like, even doing this, learning how to do this. Like, that's the thing. You can actually make money doing a podcast. If you want to tell jokes, start you a podcast. Tell some jokes. Create some traction. Give it a theme. Like, you can make some money, legit money, about that. And I think our school system, that's a whole nother story. Yeah, has done Oaklanders, especially black males in Oakland, a disservice. Like, we get railroad to the principal office to special ed,
Sure.
and then that young man find out later on in life, I ain't special. I can read. I can do math. I can make things happen for myself.
Oh, yeah.
You just didn't want to work with me because you didn't understand me or get me.
Exactly.
And parents sometimes just fall victim to the trap and like, oh, you
Short
must be doing
fuse.
right. Didn't ask the kid, what did the teacher do to get that energy out of you?
Mama, she wouldn't let me talk. No, get your ass in the room.
Right.
Taking your Nintendo.
Yeah.
You ain't going to play freeze tag with your friends. None of that.
Not today.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that's why when you're working with these kids, you got to definitely meet them where they're at. Like,
Yes.
so for example, if I'm your instructor, right,
Mm-hmm.
and Lamar is going to be the person that I'm soft handing you off to be your counselor or your case manager, right?
Yeah.
You may have called me every name in the book, didn't listen to me and stuff like that, and that's cool. That's our relationship, right? But that's not you and Lamar's relationship. So you may be super positive with Lamar, and just because y'all have that relationship, it's totally out of pocket for the referring adult to be like, can you tell Sean not to do this, and can you tell him to do that? That's not his responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
They got a different, separate
Whole different dynamic.
mentor-mentee relationship. It's your job as the authority figure to figure out how can you reopen the conversation with Sean to say, look, we don't see eye to eye. And I get it, but we have to deal with each other for the rest of the school year.
Right. We got to make progress. How do we do it?
Right. How am I going to respect you, and how are you going to respect
Help me, help you.
And like, and I tell folks all the time, if it's in the classroom, come up with a system. Be like, you show up 10 minutes before class because I want to holler at you before you get in front of your friends, because you know kids get in front of their friends.
Oh, yeah, they want to
in
show
the
up.
peanut gallery, and they turn up, because I
Oh,
bet
yeah.
that kid at Amherst
I
throw
was at
paper
Garfield.
balls at Dr. Lovelady and just
I was at
act a
Garfield and
fool.
Roosevelt bagging like
Yeah.
all day in the back of the class, getting
Yeah.
sent to the principal's office.
Right. I remember one day getting walking out of Mr. Taylor class at E. Morris Cox in the 5th grade. I was like, I ain't taking this goddamn test. And I left the school, thought I was big badass. And I walked all the way to 90th. I got to the door. By the time I got to the door, my grandma had the belt. I got a spanking all the way to the Cadillac.
Back to school.
Back to school, and I had
the
to
whooping
sit.
got
and I had
a
to-
whooping on a field trip.
Right,
Took you
and
on a field trip.
Oh, you got to whoop it on a field trip?
No, I'm saying you got a whooping on a field trip because she took you from the car to the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that got to be embarrassing. But
Yeah.
for real, like the people that's holding the mentor capacity, they have to
Yes.
work with the kid. They're not there to discipline the parent. The parent or the teacher, that's their job.
Yeah.
And if you don't figure out a system, then you need to ask for some support, and you also need to ask for some help and some guidance. But that's what makes young people unique, and ultimately that's why I wanted to start We Lead Ours. Like it was more so we have to teach art. Really, it started with young men, just really thinking about the capacity of what our youngsters are dealing with in Oakland, and it started with a group, Men at Power Strategically, and that's when I first got back after Katrina hit. Teaching physical education at Ascend, and me and these young men came together. And last weekend, I actually went by one of my former students' houses, and he's a homeowner in Hayward, and he invited me over because he wanted to tell me that him and his wife is about to have a baby.
That's what's
And I was like, this is pretty cool. And this is not an African-American male student. This is a American student.
Okay.
And so, like, mentoring, it don't matter the color of your skin. It's about the connection, the relatability, and the messages that you're trying to get across. And so when I do this work, I do it specifically because I want to make sure that any kid I come in contact with, they get gamed up on opportunities, and they be strong enough to make decisions that's not going to end them up in jail or in the coffin. And in this space, it's really hard to deter away from that because these streets are something else.
Relentless. The streets are like annihilators.
They
in
toxic.
6th grade.
Yes.
It's enticing, addictive. You want it because it's flushed on you. you know, you see with music, with everything going on, you like, oh, that's the life. That's where I want to be.
Yes.
That's where it's cracking at. That's what's up.
Yes.
I'm gonna be a square nerd if I ain't, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing wrong with being a square nerd, being smart. You could be I know some smart thugs.
Right.
That's real what you said, because like you just said,
Real smart thugs that'll knock
mean-
your block off, but will tell you every number in the circumference of pi.
that's real though. I mean, and like you said, like when you grow up, you know, you have this theory of you look down on the square. Everybody wants to be cool. Everybody wants to be,
The it person.
we want to be in with the crowd. But as you get older, you start to analyze things. You start to understand all square means somebody that's taking care of their business.
Sharp
Right.
on all four corners.
And you know what?
That's all it is.
Piggybacking off of Square, I'm a L7 for real when it comes to like my cousins. I'm like the old man.
Mm-hmm.
But also I'm very competitive in different spaces. And so like I remember when I first started working as a professional, I had to tell one of my peers before I started doing my own thing, like, don't dangle your job in front of me because I'm not built to be basic. I might take your job. Like, when you show up, you need to do your work because I'm going to make sure that I get paid at the end of the day. And I'm not satisfied. That's not a part of this salary. Don't help me get my picket fence. It don't help me do the things that I put in my visionary board. Or when we used to play, what's the old school game we used to play? MASH.
Oh,
yeah.
Mansion. What was it? Mansion. Apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, mansion, apartment, shack, house.
Yeah.
On the money.
Right.
Exactly.
How many kids
You
got?
will have
Right.
one of these
Yeah,
in
do
life.
The circle,
Number.
the circle is stop.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but
Exactly.
but it's like those are actually visionary boards. And
Yeah.
the sad thing is our kids and our nieces and nephews, they don't even know how to play these games, right?
Yes.
They don't even sit down and play the real Monopoly no more. Like,
Yeah.
so they play Monopoly Go. Like,
I
that's
see that.
instant.
But that's funny you say that because, you know, every Friday my mom, she actually gets my son and she picks him up. And actually, the last couple of weeks, to go off of what you said, she's been playing these games. She's been playing Monopoly and checkers. Because, you know, these kids nowadays, all they're into is tablets
That
and
game,
Yeah.
YouTube.
Or Fortnite.
But
Oh my
you know, Monopoly is such a useful game for a child because it just
the
teaches you
banking
about
system,
the
property
banking
value.
system, life skills, about ownership. It teaches you all these skills that are going to actually follow you throughout your life. So it's definitely a game that's actually needed for a kid,
Right.
because you learn about ownership and you learn because the rule of the game is whoever has the most property at the end wins the game.
Right, and if you actually pay attention to Monopoly, I remember I didn't really get it until like in college playing one night, and we was drinking and we was playing, and then it just light bulb hit. I was like, oh, this is what a Monopoly is.
Yes.
Just
You
like,
gotta buy up the board. You
Yeah.
gotta buy up the board.
well, so do you remember playing the game of life?
Yes. Yes.
That game was even more in depth.
Right.
Yes.
It took Monopoly to a whole nother level because
Yes.
remember you get to choose if you want to go to school.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got the occupation.
Yes.
That game they
Like,
don't.
It seemed like those games used to be under everybody Christmas tree. Monopoly, Life, and Sorry. You got
Oh,
a new,
Sorry, yeah.
You got a new one. You got
Yeah.
that or some
Bubble
rollerblades
Troubles,
and
Uno
a bike.
cards. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are good old days. 80 babies.
Yeah.
The 1,000 years will never experience that.
I
But
try-
COVID got them skating again.
I try to teach my son. My son plays Monopoly with me and my wife.
Yes.
You know, and we be owning.
Yes.
But speaking of games, so question for you: what brought about the start of WELO?
The start of WELO, like, I recognized that I needed to be my own boss because working in education and then jumping around from nonprofit to nonprofit and seeing some of the gaps, and then I started working on my MBA to get my master's in business administration because I was like, I want to learn how to be a business consultant for nonprofit entities. And I ended up going on an interview for a math position before I started WELO in 2008. And the lady, she was like, what do you want to do? What kind of programs? And I started telling her about my Men at Power strategic program. And she was like, look, I don't want you to come here and be a math instructor. I want you to come here and be my leadership lead instructor with one caveat, that you produce maps for the girls as well. So I said, all right, laps, ladies, that power strategically. And I was my business proposal turned into the Language of Leaders Institute, which is pretty much We Lead Ours. And so with the combination of the Bay Area Seminole sports program, which was Lamont and Treston's sports piece that merged with my civic engagement piece. And so we put the ideas together at Liege the first Tuesday of 2010, and we was brainstorming names at the table, and we kept coming up with lead, and it was like we and stuff like that. And then Treston said, we lead ours. And we all looked at each other, and I said, in the right direction. And we was like, we're going to get that paperwork done tomorrow. And so that's how We Lead Ours came to life. I had did a summer camp before, met with kids out of Royal Park. I had 15 kids that met me every morning out of Royal Park. And we literally, this is how excited I was to work in the capacity. Summer camp was $80 for the summer and just pay for the field trips. And when I tell you our kids went to parks all over the East Bay in 2000, that was summer of 2009. We went all over the place. And when I tell you, at the end of the summer camp, even though I charged $80, I still had cash left over to support me for the work that I did. And so that told me that you're going to do summer camp again. And so since we kicked off 2010 with starting our business in January, I was like, well, I'm going to do my summer camp. This can be something that the org holds on to and turn into our thing. And so we started with the summer camps. And I already had the contract in the leadership space at Reach Academy, the old Morse Cox. And so that gave us leverage into a school site. So instead of me having a fiscal agent that supported me as a contractor, I was now able to support myself as my own nonprofit entity and do my leadership program on campus. And the blow up was, I would say, would be when we introduced our male and female step teams. I would say that was the blow up, because I took a piece of going to a historical black college and put it into our organization. And I took a lot of my fraternity traditions and put it into the program, and it just really took off. And the smartest thing that I think I did as the executive director and leader is put myself in different networking groups and I went to Hayward and I seen that they had adopted by on the streets and stuff like that. And Morse Cox, Bancroft, 98 and Bancroft, it had a lot of trash in the middle of the street. And so I stopped letting black boys and the Latino boys get sent home for a fight or something like that. And I'll tell the principal, like, I can take them outside, we can clean up. So we start cleaning up the blocks. And then I was like, go on the City of Oakland website and see about adopting a spot. So I went on there and I bumped into Keep Oakland Beautiful organization. And I applied for Adopt a Spot grant. I didn't get the Adopt a Spot grant. However, the president at that time reached out to me at Reach Academy and was like, hey, I hear that y'all doing this. And I started telling her about the work that we was doing, how we had our youth step teams and stuff like that. And so they were doing a Great America Cleanup. And they was like, can you get the community members over here to participate and the kids from the school to come? And so we joined forces with them and we did a big cleanup at Verdes Carter. Our kids served as the talent for the day. That led me to an opportunity to be on the board of directors for Keep Oakland Beautiful. And the first interview I did, because I was standing on 105th in Sabrini Park, right on the corner, next to the apartments connected to Scotty's check cashing. And and so I'm like, okay, they want to put me on the news to endorse literati. So I said, we can meet in front of the railroad tracks where all that trash was in between Brookfield and Sabrina Park border. I was like, we can meet right there. It's right around the corner from the house. And so I wore a shirt that said, "We lead ours." I was like, they didn't say I had to wear a Keep Oakland Beautiful shirt. I love Keep Oakland Beautiful, but I'm like, okay, you a small business, you trying to get your brand recognized, you trying to get more attention to your program.
Yes.
And so that experience taught me how to A, talk to the media, B, how to do this work in a way to where people want to sit down and have a conversation with you, and be level-headed and be realistic. And Keep Oakland Beautiful, it opened up opportunities for me, for real. That's kind of like, that's the juggernaut, like, because they even got our summer camp put on the Fox ecosystem. So we was on channel 2 and the Big Green Bus, and I had people hit me up from Chicago and all over the U.S. on Facebook, like, Dwayne, we see you, and these my classmates from Xavier, like, we see your company, and donations start coming in.
That's what's up.
Next thing came in, 40 under 40 young alumni from Xavier.
Yes.
And then it was more opportunities. It was like, oh, we want you to apply for a commission seat. Oh, you get appointed to being a commissioner and stuff like that. So learning how to take your love, passion, and stick to it, align yourselves with other like-minded entities that are in alignment, because you don't want to put yourself in a position where if you're passionate about sneakers and everybody passionate about hoodies and you hate hoodies and you don't get to do none of the work for the sneakers, then you're not going to be happy in that workspace. So picking and choosing the relationships that's mutually beneficial to everybody at the table win. And my encouragement for smaller nonprofits, and especially black nonprofit leaders, I encourage them to join board of directors for other organizations, get involved, volunteer with folks, and also join some of the commissions, become a seat at the table so you can expand your voice, so that you can also be recognized in other spaces where they're looking for orgs that are representing the DBs, but they at the table with nobody don't know anybody from East Oakland, right?
Yeah, nobody from voice from the DPs is there, but people who ain't from the DPs is making decisions for the DPs.
Right, and you
want to be there.
Yeah, you want to have a seat at the table. You in this place, it's kind of like a double-edged sword here in Oakland. Like, I love my city, but I remember. I remember a time,
born and raised.
I remember a time, and I know y'all done this growing up in the East, to where our blocks was not this dirty. You could drop your candy and pick it up and eat it. I'm kissing up to God.
Oh, yeah, the 5-second rule.
Now something hit on the ground.
I'm drop out my hand. It's what it is.
It's dead.
I ain't trying to catch it.
Right, and so it's kind of like, I'm like, what happened to where we started being highlighted as dirty people? We weren't dirty people. Like this, yes, it was hood. Yes, it was rough. It was tough. But we had a little level of class to where we wasn't. Our cities didn't look like this. This looked like what I remember when we used to have to go to court for my lawsuit, because I got hit by a car, and we had to go to court in San Francisco. And this reminds me of all the homeless people I remember seeing growing up after the earthquake in San Francisco. And it's very sad.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's really up to us, like, piggybacking on our discussion is, it's like, in order for the communities, to be clean, I mean, it's up to us to really do that.
Yes.
And that's what this brother was doing, because I volunteered with him, like, at Royal Park and, for Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Earth Day, and I've seen him put together, everybody from the neighbors that live in this community to your public politician figures. He brings them together and he cleans up. Anybody knows about a Royal Park, they know the history of that park. So, you got all kind of things in this park, and the park is supposed to be used for these kids to be able to play.
Right.
So, I commend him for what he did, because, instead of complaining about the problem, everybody complains about the problem.
Oh, yeah.
But it's few people that's willing to go out there and get their hands dirty and say, you know what, The solution is for we can't depend on other people who are not from these communities to help us. So let's take it upon ourselves.
Right.
And that goes back to as far as the discussion that's about, you know, where people say they want to get rid of the police, but the question is, okay, we get rid of police. We have to protect our own community.
I'm glad you brought
what's
that
the
up.
solution to the problem?
Yeah,
the solution is if we get rid of them, then we have to go back to movements that we had, movements that we had like the Black Panther Party movements, where these brothers actually came together and they controlled their own community by protecting their community.
Right. Definitely. I think you just hit the nail on the coffin, because it is that accountability check.
Yes.
Like I was telling somebody, like, until you actually work within the school system and seeing what's going on, like I've rolled up to some schools sometime and I can't get on campus because they got to shut it down because you got the whole hood ready to come rock and ride for their daughter or their son because they got into a fight and they family member didn't get the best, so now there's problems, and they bring it to the school, and then when you have some educators that ain't even from this environment, they don't understand this and they don't get this.
They don't have the connection.
Yes. But it got to be accountability check on both sides. We got to ask ourselves, why do we need policing? And if we do have policing, how can we do it in a different way to reimagine the whole thing, like with the public safety and stuff like that? Because I was just living on 47th Ave.
Yes.
I didn't feel safe in my neighborhood. Did I feel like I was a target? No. But did I feel safe all the time? No. I didn't feel like I can walk from the Fruitvale BART station to my house, even though it's like a 10-minute walk. Yeah. It just, the area changed as time. Yeah. The darker get the neighborhood change. And
who didn't say it? The freaks come out at night.
You can't be walking on High Street with no hard soles and a nice little peacoat.
Oh no, they're gonna be at
stuff like that. You can't have your laptop and stuff on your back. And so if we want our neighborhoods to get better, we have to hold ourselves accountable for checking the knuckleheads that's in the neighborhood. Yes. Like that stuff that happened downtown Oakland this past weekend, that was uncaused for.
Oh,
the jacked up thing about it is that all the nightclub owners are going to get hit and be pushed probably out because they're going to be like, y'all caused this to happen. But I was out there. I was out there, and I should be able to be out
there. I seen the video.
But those nightclubs, they were closed. They were shut. They did what they were supposed to do. OPD was on Clay Street when it all happened, and everybody hits the floor. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, just turn on the sirens. We don't want you to run down here because it'll even be more chaotic. But you can see the fire coming from the pistols. And so it's kind of like you can see the fire, and then it's sad that they got all these pistols out here. It's even sadder because they don't even know what they shooting at. They just shooting, firing a gun. Right. And I'm like, although we're on the ground, we don't got nothing covering us up. What if one of these bullets skip the car, hit the ground, hit one of us?
Ricochets happen.
And so I'm thinking about, it sucks that you can't even go outside in a social space and be safe. And so when we talk about gun violence and all of these different things, even the stuff that's going on in Chinatown is ridiculous. The beating up on the elderly Asian people and stuff like this.
That's just so disrespectful. I grew up in the area, I'm 46. I grew up in the Dubs.
Yes, sir.
So, even then, there was some. There's a code. I've raised by a strict code. Yes. Very strict. Certain things you don't do. And respect was the utmost, and it was given. Before you respect somebody until you're disrespected. Yes. Right. From the cuff. Yes. Even nowadays, I see somebody. If I'm driving, if I lock eyes with you, I nod my head because I'm acknowledging your presence as a man, a sister, or whatever. How you doing? And I'm gonna say how you doing. Hi, good, how you doing? Have a great day. Yes. nowadays they just done some different shit.
They are.
And like I said, Biggie, to go deeper into what you're saying, what I see, like as a youngster, when I was growing up in our area, like the thing about us, we respected our OGs. And people know what that means. Whether the person was the wino on the block, or he was or your brother or your cousin was serving this person, whatever it was, you still respected that individual. What I see now with a lot of these youngsters, they have no respect for the older people. It's no respect line. It's no respect line. It's like they don't respect him. It's like, oh, that old guy, he don't know nothing. Right. He nobody. But what people don't understand is that if you really knew this man, he in the back of the day, this man was the man.
Hey, for real.
Yeah, and it sucks, but it's really generational.
Yes.
Like, I'm 39. Maybe last month, that's the first time I ever heard my daddy say, "I see you and I'm proud of you." He's never said it. Like, and
but you need to hear that.
He's never said it. And at first I didn't think that I needed to hear it. But that, when he said it to me, he said it right before I did right before I pre-recorded the speech for the Martin Luther King Jr. Multicultural Rally. And I killed that speech. It made Fox News and and I was like, oh wait, you got the highlight over the former mayor. Like, I was like, that's pretty dope. But that motivation that you need, and sometimes we don't feel like we like, I'm like, I got this. I've been doing this. I can do this in my sleep. But having your daddy there to be like, look, I see you. I recognize you. You're great. You got this.
Yes.
And
that's key.
You need that level of acknowledgement. But I think that level of understanding has been so far removed.
Oh yeah, the disconnect is real.
Because my dad and my uncle, they would tell me back in E. Morris Cox and Elmhurst, they'd be like, if I ever be in San Quentin or any one of these jails at the same time as you, I don't know you. You better take care of yourself.
Wow.
That's real.
Like, you bet not come into these places. And I got a crazy theory that some of these youngsters are doing stuff because they trying to get to their daddy.
That's 6 degrees of separation mentally.
Trying to get to their pops.
Yeah,
I get it. It sucks on so many levels when you look at the youth.
Yes,
because like you said, that madness last weekend, you know, and I seen videos of it, and I don't recall. I don't believe anybody died.
No, six. I think it was six
people got
shot.
hit.
Yeah,
which it sucks because you can't enjoy life.
Yes,
right.
I mean, like I said, I grew up in the era. Don't get me wrong. Even growing up, stuff jumped off.
Parties.
It jumped off.
House parties.
You couldn't. You go to the different party from a different set. They probably be like, "Dude, what you doing here?" And you might catch a fade. But you know,
that's about it.
Black Saturdays.
Yeah, exactly.
That was about it. But
or you go to, we go to Frisco, we go to wherever, we go wherever, but it's like we have fun. You still, don't get me wrong, but I think stuff popped off.
Or when you from the East and from the deep East, the 90s and the 100s, and you go to a party in the back of the 70s. It's like you're about to have a fight all the way home. Like,
that was about it, though. Like you saying, piggybacking on what you're saying, that was about it.
You caught the bus to the party.
It's like now, it's like
that's gonna be a long time waiting for that 82 to get there.
It's like, even for example, like, when we all, I know we all, we from this area. Everybody's have had their chance and been to a sideshow. They know how fun it was. At a sideshow, when I was coming up in that area, the worst thing you might see is maybe a fight. Right. But wasn't nobody dying at no sideshow. Nowadays, you roll up to a gas station at a sideshow, these youngsters are trying to pull you out the car and trying to kill you over a car. So it's just a different time. It's just a different. The thing I see with these youngsters is that the respect, like you said, the disconnection. It's just no respect. Like, they're attacking these older people. And I was always taught, senior citizens, older people, you respect them. I open the door for them. Exactly.
Your trash can is in the front of your house. Let me pull that for you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Miss Ma'am, I got you.
It's respect.
Even if when I was out, we was out doing our dirt.
Yes.
If you was on the block doing your dirt, whatnot, and the older people was there, You wasn't in front of the house. That they came out to get you, ma'am. I got that for you. You pretty much was protecting your area.
Yes.
Yeah.
You showed them the utmost respect.
It's a respect, like you just said.
And I think it's a culture now to show disrespect. And also these kids, they on Twitter, they on Instagram, Snapchat. That's totally different. Like me and Lamar been friends since middle school. And so if I did something wrong, Lamar's going to be like, Dwayne, you was out of pocket for that, right? That don't mean that we go
vice versa.
That don't mean that we gonna have a fight. He gonna just tell me that I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna apologize, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Right? These kids, they get on social media and they act like, and it sucks, but social media, it causes people to be very negative and vindictive, and just we living in like a mean counsel you out culture. And so everybody wants to be known and recognized by their social media clout score.
Right.
Like, and it's kind of
likes ain't getting you money. Well, in some cases they can, maybe, but every like ain't $1.
Right. The most successful likes that I got ever was on my Christmas Facebook post. Other than that, asking for a donation on social media or asking somebody to support We Lead Ours, it has not come from social media. It has come from me directly calling somebody.
Piggybacking on what you were saying,
somebody.
This is the question that I always ask people, about social media. Because if you look at social media in a full spectrum, this is the question. Just because they're liking, just because you're getting likes, are they supporting you?
Right.
That's the question.
And that's the thing. And I would say,
because somebody can have 10,000 likes, but does that equate to 10,000 people that will support you if you came out with a product or a service?
Exactly.
Because a lot of times people like things just to be nosy.
I was gonna say the sympathy like. So, question:
your fake friend.
Yeah. So, in terms of support, how can someone get involved to support WELO?
Well, right now, since it's the digital space, we got a couple of things. We have our tennis program, so we're teaching kids tennis and rowing, social distancing, wear your mask, in partnership with Rally for Reading. They do the tennis, Oakland Strokes. They do the rowing. We feel like it's very important to give our kids multiple things to put in their toolkit so that they can be diverse. And I want people to think about the word diverse in the business sense, meaning that you can go in any room and have a conversation, right? And so we try to apply that into WELO. We have our Legit Money Club, which meets every Wednesday after school from 1 to 2 o'clock. And so we're teaching kids all about anti-violence, anti-drugs, pro-entrepreneur. When we come off of social distancing, we want this club to actually turn into a peer education club, similar to when we used to have sex educators come to class. But we wanted to come through the kids' lens, because I believe that all of our young people need to know how to make some money the right way. And I feel like Oakland don't have all of the youth development after school hubs that are open, that coexist with the parents' working schedule. Like, so everything closed at 6, 7 o'clock, but you have kids whose parents don't get off work till 11. Some kids, like, we need youth development centers that stay open till 6 in the morning. Right, these kids need safe havens. They need places to hang out. I kind of envision like the Moesha Den, basically, like to where they can always go to Endale. Like, they always had a safe, something crazy happen, they can go to Endale. She was feeding them and doing all these different things, and so we need to reimagine how we do youth development, right, and how all of the systems in place are not policing our kids, but actually making them feel good. And making the young people from Oakland feel like, hey, police got a good pension, they got a good salary, I can do that job. Like, and I don't have to just be a cop. It's other jobs, it's IT jobs in there, it's secretarial work in there, it's all kind of stuff
analysis, you can be blood splatter expert, you can, there's so many careers, period,
that you can do.
And then another thing is, even you look at vocational and trades. Like, you know me, I'm telecommunications.
Yes.
So this what
24 years.
Yeah.
So
what we did do this
And I remember
past
you
summer.
said that on you when you made your anniversary.
Yeah.
To piggyback on what he's saying, I remember he made a post and he explained how he started off one job and it's good for somebody to hear that. It's good for somebody to hear that.
I tell you, I started as a 411 operator making $7.30 an hour in '97. And here we are, 2021. I work for the same company. I'm not an operator anymore. But I make a whole lot more than $7 an hour.
He ain't gonna let you know how much you make, but just be aware it went up a whole lot since then.
Oakland did.
We touching 6.
The Bay Area did.
That's all you need to know.
That was like a job that you could always get in Oakland. Be a telecom operator. Like I remember, everybody was like, I'm going to do this job. I think probably everybody in the '90s had that job at one point.
Exactly.
But one thing that we did do really cool this summer is we partnered with WebCore. And so WebCore, they hosted a career exploration event from middle school through life for individual, and they showed the different type of careers in the trades. And WebCore has kind of like big brothered WELO. Like they love the work that we're doing. They want to help build out infrastructure to where it's more career exploration and all those different cool things that are happening. But that's exactly where it's at. It's at the career exploration. It's at the creative part, doing things differently and not just staying status quo.
Right.
And like me, I tell everybody, they be like, oh, you executive director and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yes, I'm the executive director. However, I wrote my job, what I want to do. So, and at first I was having some struggles with it. I was like, because I was letting everybody get into my head about what an executive director is supposed to be. And as soon as I just kind of stopped and took a deep breath and looked in the mirror, it's like, Dwayne, you want to build education programs and you want to do your leadership and your mentoring in a different way.
Yes. Right.
And so you cannot be in 55 Santa Clara Avenue in the office all day.
Right.
You're not going to want to do the job. You want to do the youth development mentoring piece. You want to be present. So you have to do that. That's it's
paramount.
You're just a new, different type of nonprofit business owner.
It's paramount to reach back to the youth because I remember days you had the boys club. Because I grew up in Oakland and in East Palo Alto, Menlo Park. My dad's from Menlo Park. My mom's from Oakland. So I spent. I got dual citizenship.
Right. Yeah. Sit on both sides of the coin.
I can take you through the alleyways and everything with a lot of shit in life.
Yeah.
But we had a boys club where I had uncles and other cats in the community who they worked at the boys club, and we did trips and all that same thing in Oakland.
Yes.
You know, Gallingenberg, we was baseball.
Yes.
We used to call them the garbage boys back when we was young. We were garbage. Just saying.
Right.
But you had all this stuff. You know, you had Allen Temple. You had all these. You had all these people who were invested in the community of the youth.
Yes.
And that big summer field trip that all the rec centers used to do and the rec centers and the churches used to come together and do. And it was like $5 for you to go to Great America. And they'd take all of kids.
For a kid that probably never been there or never would have went there.
Get on that. They chartered a bus and y'all.
San Jose used to seem very far.
Oh, man. I remember back when Hayward was the country.
Like, we got to go all the way there.
Yeah, that's hella far.
Yeah, but the thing, like he was saying about his, because my son actually participated in that program. So that career exploration program that he does in the summer, kids go on field trips, but see, the thing about it is that everywhere they go, it's about career exploration. Right. So they're learning about different jobs. So like he's had kids go to Microsoft and they learned about different careers, how to, create these different software programs or these different things. So that's the thing about it. It's like you're taking the kid on. It's fun for the kids because they're going different places, learning different things, different activities. But the main thing is that they're learning about different careers.
Right.
So you take somebody to a fire department, not only can they be a firefighter, but there's other careers that you can do within that same spectrum. So I think that's very important for a child to know, is to know that it's not just about doing A, B, C. There are also other entities that you can do within that same thing.
Yeah, and I think one thing that many of us have not had the opportunity to give or to experience is I had a English professor in college, Dr. Sheremy, and she told us in the English class, she was like, I work at this school because I feel it's important for me to be able to give back because I was able to have so much. And this is a white woman from New York. And she told us about her experience at NYU. Her experience was at NYU was like, graduate when you feel like it. Just pass your class.
Yeah.
So she was like, I was able to major in everything and do all these different programs. I was able to stay in the dorms. I didn't have to worry about she was sheltered, latchkey kid, sheltered, parents papered up. They was able to put her through this experience.
Right.
And she said maybe her probably second full course, she said, oh, I think I'm focused on English and go after her doctorate in English. And so but she got to play around with different majors and stuff and was able to see what do I really like. And many of us that are black, we tend to we don't get that option. And then we tend to think about the struggles that we come from and like, what can I do to make sure that I don't go through that struggle or that I'm able to provide for the family.
Right.
And so many times we can end up taking on a responsibility that we're not passionate about doing.
Exactly.
And so we have to make sure that we allow our kids to be passionate about what they want to do, and we show support behind that.
My daddy played baseball, so I got to play baseball.
No,
I play
don't.
ball. My son plays baseball, but my son plays all sports. But I get it because I've seen kids with sports. You know, dealing with I've coached football, baseball, and basketball for years, and I've seen kids where they don't want to do something, but they're being pushed in that direction, and then they resent it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I had a friend in college. They wanted to dance, and their parents were both doctors, and they was told that they couldn't dance. That you're not supposed to do that.
Crush your
and
kids'
so they
dream.
had to. They had to be bold enough to step away from allowance to be happy to go after their dreams. Now they're very successful.
But that's key what he was saying, and that's how I feel about. Because I know I have a lot of friends that have kids, and I know a lot of us. I feel like a lot of, especially in the African American community, a lot of us, we could have been good at sports, or whatever the situation was, got caught up in the streets, or you just didn't have enough. You have nobody really supporting you. So like with your kid, what I see with a lot of men, it's like they feel like with their kids they had a second opportunity to pursue it. But the thing is, your kid has to want it.
Exactly.
Just because your kid is 6'11", if he don't got the heart to play basketball, then that might not be the thing you might want to push him. Your kid has to have want it.
He has to be a scientist.
You have to
let your kid be. Let your kid be what he wants to be.
You a scientist that look like you should play ball.
Yes.
And that's one of the most speaking of that. Yeah. To that same thought process, like you said, you walk up on somebody 6'5", 6'10".
Yes.
First thing come out your mouth.
Yes.
You don't play basketball.
Yes.
That's the first thing come out somebody's mouth.
Yeah.
And I've caught myself and it's like,
and we have
disrespectful.
To check ourselves.
On so many levels because that's the first thing we think.
Yes.
We height. You got to do this. We don't think that. Hey, you might invent scratch and sniff screens so everybody be in them twerk TikTok videos.
That's real though.
My nephew, he went to Oakland High. His dad was a football player, and I was like, and he's super tall, athletic. He likes to play, but he likes to play basketball recreation wise. He's fast, can run really fast, and he likes baseball. And I was like, why you want to try out a sport? I don't want to do that. And I'm like, so what do you want to do? I want to be an engineer. So I was like, I want you to play sports, but if you don't want to do it,
you gotta have the one.
Then you don't have to. You don't have to do it. And so my compromise was like, well, you got to at least make sure that you're participating in some extracurricular activities because you're not going to just play video games after school. You got to be doing. You got to have some kind of hobby because just sitting in front of
unless you're learning how to design the video.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah. Then you can play it all day.
And that goes back to career exploration. Like everything that you like, like you said, you find something you're good at, you find something that you love, and then you have a purpose for that.
Yes.
And then within that, you'll find a way to make a career out of it.
Yeah, dude. Like everybody know the saying: if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
That's real. Because you get up with the
you enthused, and you like you said, listening to what you said, you love what you do. And Sister Armstrong, Cynthia, that's my sis. She said, "What's up?"
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, that's sis beyond. She supporting.
Yeah. Cynthia, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be passionate about what you do. If you love what you do, it doesn't become work. It's just because we've all been in the hustle and bustle of daily grind and going to work for somebody. Yes. And to be honest, the whole concept of I work somewhere 30 years and get this pension, that's shrinking.
Right.
Yes.
And for me, this is my 24th year where I'm at.
Yes.
6 and I can get my 30.
Yeah.
God willing.
Yeah.
It's
coming.
I'm claiming I'm a manifesting, but
see, the thing
at
about
the same time,
you got other things
I'm
going
an octopus.
on.
I'm octopus trying to make these other streams come through because
pre-retirement.
Hey, I could retire at 52 with 30 years of service.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
because that means
I started at 22.
Because that means you're going to still be able. Like you said,
you can still be able to live.
You're still going to be young, and that's my thing. Like that's my thing. Like when I get by the time I get in my 50s, that's what I'm setting myself up. Like I want to be able to enjoy my retirement. I don't want to be somebody that lets your life go by and you get in your 60s. Like, what type of life is it if you start living in your 60s?
Yeah,
that's not no life.
That's
not how the way you're supposed to live. We're supposed to be
living
now.
You live to work, or you work to live.
Exactly.
It's like prime example. Like my grandmother.
Yes.
She retired, and my grandmother's still living in the Dubs. Owned her house forever. Owned properties. She retired from the Chronicle. I want to say, was it 90? Late 80s, maybe early 90s. Here we are, 2021. She still travels the globe.
All over the place.
Yeah, sound like my grandma.
And chilling. It's like, I was like, that's what's up.
Yeah,
but I had that example.
We were talking about that on the thing, though. We were talking about that on the podcast about the grandma in the community. That type of grandma is missing in the community. Because everything you just explained sounds just like my grandmother. My grandmother did the same thing. Had multiple properties, invested, took her money, was able to and then she traveled all over the globe, the Holy Lands, all type of places.
That's what I said. We had a check-in question at a school meeting this week, and my reply was after COVID-19, I'm not going to be scared to get that passport and get to one of these nice, beautiful beaches. And I was like, if the price is right, I might not come back. I was like, I might be. I might now go somewhere. The price is right.
I love traveling.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
I was like,
you a better perspective.
Me and one of my coworkers, with the restrictions, we waiting to see, but we was talking about hitting the Dominican. Of course, you got Dubai.
That's nice.
My frat brother Reese, who's in there, we talking about hitting the spot. Jamaica probably in a few months. I like to go out and just live life.
Yeah, I'm
I work hard,
for sure.
But you want to play hard.
I play hard. Yeah. I got to get out and experience stuff because I don't know everything, and I'm smart enough to know that I only know a slither of anything.
Yeah, and I think that definitely happened early on in my career doing my nonprofit. I dedicated so much of myself to the nonprofit and family that I forgot about self. That I almost died in 2014 from a colitis attack. Yeah. Because I was working myself like a workhorse, like a madman, and not working on my own physical well-being.
Right.
And in result, body said, I'm tired.
Your body, like the meme said, if you don't take time to take care of your body, you're going to take time to repair your body. Your body will let you know when it's, I have days to where I'm just like, so I just ain't feeling it.
Right.
Yes.
Let me just
relax.
relax.
It's that check engine light. That check engine
exactly.
Yeah.
That was today.
Today I was like,
talking
about that on the way over here.
Like
we were just talking about that on the way over. We were talking about, because I was just telling him that, I'm going to get out and do more things. Because the thing about this COVID is, I'm going to just say this, is that.
Got people scared to go outside.
Not only that. I mean, the thing is, you got to use wisdom. You know, I'm definitely
right.
You definitely want to use wisdom, but the thing is, while you're doing that, you're protecting your physical part is excelling, but then your mental health takes a hit. Because I felt it last year. Because when you're in the our bodies are meant to travel the world, see different things. That's why the world is so open. We're meant to be able to experience things. So when you're in one position, it starts to take a toll on your mental health, and that's why that's important. That's why you have to have a balance. You have to have balance. Like you say, you have to hustle. You want to hustle. Don't get me wrong. Don't run around here not taking advantage of opportunities. But at the same time, you want to play. You want to spend a little bit of that money you're saving too.
I think we living in such a space to where people are scared to show that they having fun.
Yes.
Because it get, especially when you in a space, the space that I work in, like if I show that I'm having too much fun, it can be frowned upon or like
somebody judging you.
Right, because it's kind of like now people short. It's like people paying attention to you. You did this because you passionate about education and community development.
But just think about that. Like
why?
That's what I was gonna say. Just think about that. Like I can't like showcase. I mean, the thing is like just think about like why though. Like when you really think about why, like somebody's really going to judge you based on you want to enjoy your life.
Because everybody's judgmental. Yes. Everybody judgmental.
It's the way of man.
We kind of swayed away from the conversation, but we was talking about the social media stuff. Like what the social media damage that it's done to so many people, brands. Like you can't joke no more. People are so hypersensitive. Like people are so hypersensitive that you just everything is walking on the eggshell. I'm like, I grew up where we could cut the dozen.
I'm the bag champion.
I hear you.
I got trophies about this shit.
It's certain people on social media that I check in on it because I know I hear something funny, and this brother definitely is one of them that I know I'm gonna hear something funny. Every day I'm gonna hear something funny. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for it.
I didn't have the quick comebacks, but I had a list of your mamas, and so.
That's when it gets serious.
If you come for me, I'm coming for you and your mama. And
when they get on your mama, that's when it gets serious.
I'm trying to hurt your feelings. Because I want you to stop
I want
talking
that reaction.
about me.
Exactly. I got to get that reaction.
But it wasn't about to be a fight.
Nah.
It wasn't about to be a fight.
It's just I'm funny. It's like I'm funny. I got bars. You don't want them.
Nowadays, people are super sensitive. It's kind of like you cannot.
Can't joke.
I remember I was with two of my friends. I ain't gonna say their names on here. They probably listening, but I'm gonna put it like this. Hey, one of my partners roasted the other partner so hard.
Did you tell me about this?
He kicked him out the car. We was all in the car. We was chilling.
One of
the dudes tried to get at my other partner, and my other partner just went in. Like when he went in. It was so cold. He put up to his house. He was like, "Hey, bro. You're going to have to get out, bro."
Let me tell you what
I was just like, wow, bro. You had to drop him off. He got at you that hard that you had to kick him out the vicinity.
You can't come back to the party.
We used to, I'm telling me and my partners, we used to make songs. Full-fledged songs. And it'd be a group of us. We out hanging. We got the we on the block chilling, drinking deuces or saying eyes or whatever. Chilling. I'll make the song. Here you go. It's your turn today. Click and just push play. And everybody like, ooh, we played the dust. You didn't want to sit with me. You didn't want to sit on the back of the bus.
The back of the bus was brutal.
At the lunch table, because we was rapping and bagging.
It's funny that you say that about the back of the bus.
The back of the bus,
Ain't that crazy how people fall for it?
And I got bit up. You got it. I got bit up a couple times. I won way more than I've ever lost, but I got bitten up.
And that's all that counts.
We went to Oakland Tech, and so I got on the bus on 90th, and so Oakland Tech kind of like
that's a
crowd
trip.
At the back of the bus.
That's a trip.
And we'd go all the way to Tech, and we had to ride past Oakland High. The Oakland High kids never used to want to come to the back of the bus with us. And I remember getting to college. It's probably my sophomore. It was my sophomore year, and my now fraternity brother, he came up to me. He was like, "I was told to check in with you that you're the California Club president," and he was like, "I went to Oakland High." Then we chopped it up. Then later on, he said, "Dwayne, now that I get to know you, cool as hell. But we was always thinking about how we was gonna catch you by yourself, to jump you one day after school because you used to talk so much crap on the back of the bus.
You know,
like
you win some, you lose
back
some.
Of the bus.
Back of the bus, especially you catch the 40, the 40L,
the 82L.
the 82.
He bringing it back. You
Hey,
gotta
you
be
on
from
the
Oakland
bus.
to know what he talking about.
We used to
57, all that.
The 57 went all the way to Bayfair.
Yeah.
That was
on the back of the bus. It went down. I remember one day I was going to Roosevelt. I was on the bus. This wasn't.
Yeah.
I was in the back and I had a bad hair day.
Oh,
You know, it was not cool.
Yeah.
It was not cool. So I'm on the back of the bus and this is female behind me, dude, and she with her friends, whatever.
they roast your hair?
Bruh. She was like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, you know, so and I knew it was a bad. I was just like,
You was trying to hide it.
I just was like, I'm gonna let this ride today, but it's all bad. And she was just like, wow.
Did you
That's
ever catch
funny.
her looking bad and say something?
I don't even know her. It was just on the fluke. I don't remember
random.
what she looked like. I didn't even turn around because I was
It was
just
so
I
embarrassing,
wasn't even
like,
feeling. I
I don't
wasn't
even
even
wanna-
feeling on it. I was just like, ooh.
Tunnel vision.
Because I heard her. She was like,
3 stops.
yeah, she was like, what the
Three
fuck?
stops.
She was like, what the fuck is this? And I just like, she gotta be talking about my head.
The
I
worst
know
part
she
is when you get a bad haircut and your instructor don't
that
have
happens.
sympathy and they make you
come
take
to the
your,
front of the class.
They make you take your hood off.
Oh, it happened to me before.
Come to the front of the
That's
class.
that's the worst one. That's when you just go bald and just let it grow back.
No, I remember when we was all wearing the
No,
colored.
I'm serious though.
No,
Like,
that's when we was wearing all that colored hair and
I
stuff.
never
And
did
so I
that.
had the colored hair.
I never was with
and
that.
then
I had a couple
tried to-
I didn't do the
though.
I tried
Kwame
to do the-
swipes and
No,
all.
I tried
didn't
to
do
give
none of that.
myself the Ray J S curl
You
by
tried to do that
myself.
too.
I had a pro line and a Duke back in when I was. Yeah,
I left
curly
my
fade?
S curl too hard, and my hair was like.
Ooh.
It was.
Oh yeah, you got that Malcolm X effect.
Yeah,
on
I had
the
to
move.
go. I had to go to Dre early in the morning, like
seen
cut
your
me
The
up.
hair, he had that Tina Turner where her hair
Yeah,
started coming out.
I had that perm that
And then
was
she was
just
like,
bad.
what she said on the movie? She's like, you know, you need an ass whooping.
Yeah, back in the overalls with
I
the,
literally
with
went to
the one
Dre
sling
on when he
down
was on
bags.
89th and
Yeah. Right
when he
over
was
there,
on-
you
by
know,
Castlemont
by
when his
Castlemont.
shop when he
Shout
was
out
on-
Castlemont,
Yeah,
man.
I went to Dre and was like,
Castlemont
can you
alumni.
please? He laughed so hard in the barbershop. He was like, what
boy.
did you do to your hair?
Hey, but
Like,
double backing on the education, what do you
Yeah.
feel about the young player from Duke?
Oh yeah, so y'all, this is something that irritates the hell out of me. One of my frat brothers posted this, and then I shared the post. So you got a basketball player from Duke, Jalen Johnson.
Yes.
Yes. He's a rookie. Freshman, excuse me. Same difference, fresh meat.
Yes.
But they knew he was be one shot, one and done. He opted out of the season, and the article from this writer from Carolina, Ball Durham, I think is the publication. And the writer's name, Kevin Connolly, old piece of shit.
It is.
The article read, called the guy a coward for opting out of the season.
Yes, I saw that.
And I was like, this is some bullshit. It didn't state, and I actually went and read the article. And the guy really sounded like a disgruntled ex-chick,
Yes.
got dumped.
Yeah, mad because he's like, I'm moving on to something meatier.
Yes.
He opted out of the season. So what? You call him a
Protecting his
coward in the
value.
press. And in an article, he sat there and went in on him and talking about he had issues with the staff, and even took it so far to go back. He had same type of issues in high school, and this is.
Yes.
And the writers made a comment of, bye, don't let the door hit you, yada yada, and when you go to the NBA, don't quit on your team when you 15 games under 500. It's like, why the hate? But once again,
Yes.
we get hated on.
It's systemic. It's totally systemic, and like folks tend to feel like when they have a great black talent,
Oh yeah,
that talent belongs to them some kind of way.
ride
Like,
that bull.
Like, and we have to get to a space where we have to stop. We have to stop allowing ourselves to be for profit and
Remember Q?
walk away from relationships that ain't for you.
Run, nigga,
You-
run.
That's real. And just to piggyback on what you're saying,
Yeah.
all these organizations, whether from the NBA to NFL, college basketball, all these organizations, corporations, I will call them.
Yeah,
They're like all geared towards their mindset is what have you done for me lately?
Right.
So you could have balled last year, but if you're not balling this year, then everybody's up for grabs. And just to piggyback on what you're saying, the same thing is going on with the NBA right now. Right. With the situation with the brother from Cleveland being benched, came in the game, uniform.
Drummond.
They took him, Drummond, Andre Drummond, and shout out Draymond Green. He spoke on this.
Dre's a mouthpiece.
Yeah, he's a real one.
He's a real
smart. He's a real one.
He's
but
really
the thing is, they pretty much put him in street clothes. Now we all know what happened to James Harden. The man demanded the trade, and they try to throw him under the bus. But see, the thing is, that's why I try to teach. That's why I always tell young athletes, go to college, use that talent you have to get your degree, because I have a cousin that's done the same thing. But the thing is, everybody's not going to make it to the league, so we have to use it for that degree. That degree is going to put you in a position to win permanently, but don't let them label you another dumb athlete.
Right, and that's why a lot of folks have to start thinking about, I believe in entrepreneurship.
Yes.
and like just business goals.
Key to
because
success.
like, how does the degree work for you? You never want to work for that degree. If you working for the degree, then you're not doing this thing right. The degree needs to work for you. My undergrad is psychology, minor in special ed. Master's business administration. Just finished my last physical class, qualitative study class. Working towards my EDD in leadership development curriculum instruction.
There you go.
And those degrees, they work for me. I don't work for those degrees. Those degrees are giving me the tools to put in my little toolkit that I like to say, and to be able to armor up myself and my nonprofit so I can take it to the next level and start that next journey of life. And in consequence, I'm happy when I wake up and go to work.
Yeah. But like his piggyback, I heard Deshaun say this on another episode. College is definitely needed. But like I said, what it teaches you, like you said, it teaches you discipline. It teaches you discipline. What do you say discipline means? This is the plan.
Discipline means this is the plan. Yep. So what I say for college, and this is what college means when you break it down to its lowest common denominator is, I will finish a course.
Yes.
That's what college means.
Yes.
A degree.
Yes.
It means I have a set curriculum and I will finish it.
Yes.
That's what it means.
Yes.
What you do with it and everything is a whole different page.
Yes.
But in essence, that's what college means.
Exactly.
Is you gave me a curriculum and I finished it.
Yes.
And like Cynthia said, college ain't for everybody.
True. It's not for everybody. But I would say this about college: you're spot on, right? Like, if you go through the system and you do it, and you didn't get the fruit, you didn't get any of the things that you need to be successful. That's on you. You can't just be one of those bitter people and be like, it's up to you to apply all of that information that you get. It's like you get this philosophy, and it's gaming you up. My first psychology class, Dr. Brown at Xavier, I was doing horrible in her class. She called me to her office, and she said, Dwayne, you in your head. You from Oakland. And that's the cool thing about going to a HBCU. It's small enough for the professors to know who the hell you are, know where you come from.
That's important.
They didn't read your profile before you even come to class.
Shout out to HBCU.
Shout out to HBCUs. We need more historic black colleges.
And so she was like, you're in your head. You already know this psychology stuff. You from the hood.
You deal with it every day.
She was like, all you need to know is the terminology. Start focusing on the terminology, and you gonna blow this out the water. Start focusing on the terminology. Start blowing those theories out the water.
But I also feel it's a system, like you just stated. It's a system, and just to piggyback on college and everything. Yeah. This is the reason why people like Dame Dash and rest in peace and Nipsey Hussle. These are the reason why these individuals are so important to the culture, because what they teach is ownership. Now, there's a reason why in their schools they're not teaching teaching more about stocks,
Because
teaching about life insurance, teaching about home ownership.
I
They're
want
not
worker
teaching.
bees. I don't want nobody on the same
That's
level
what I'm saying.
playing field as me.
They're trying
I don't
to
want
make
competition.
Yes.
I want workers.
Yes. They're trying to put you into a system.
It's the farm.
Because how many people we do know that went to college and they're still in debt because they're still trying to pay back the student loans.
Student loans, exactly.
It's a system.
Well, who you talking about them student loans? Because
Yeah,
I looked at my student loans debts and that like crazy.
That's what I'm saying. There's a system put in place.
Yeah.
They're not training you to be an owner. They're not training you to be an entrepreneur. And just to piggyback, I remember when I was in college, high school, they had a life skills class. Now, what this class taught you, it taught you about, everything from credit to loans to everything. And to be honest, I'm gonna be honest. When we was in the class, we would laugh about it. We're like, man, we don't need no life skills class. But now as I got older, I started to understand that that's the class they need to be pushing. That's the curriculum they need to be pushing. They need to teach these kids about credit. They need to teach kids about how to be able to balance a checkbook because
You have to.
because it's so important.
Yeah. Life skills.
Life skills class is important.
Like we talked earlier. You take it back to the board games we played as kids. Because here's the thing. Remember, you was given the game, the real game as a kid. You enjoyed it, but you didn't understand it, but you enjoyed it. Monopoly, life, sorry, checkers,
fun things
backgammon,
about life.
backgammon, chess.
I still don't know how to play backgammon.
Me and my mom used to play.
I still don't know. But
I
I can play some.
But
I know
like
how
you
to play
said,
chess now.
those board games aren't
Those games we played.
It's mental training.
We're training. You were given those tools, like you said. Your teacher told you.
Right.
You was given. You got this. We always had it.
Yes.
We didn't know it.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, because you hadn't seen it.
Yes.
You hadn't seen it.
You didn't recognize it.
Right.
One thing I tell people is opportunity is usually disguised as hard work. Therefore, most fail to recognize it.
That's real.
Yeah, and
take notes of that.
And just really not being scared to take a chance, like
excuses.
Because it's really scary to be an entrepreneur, because we started WELO with a $500 donation.
Yeah.
We have yet to be federally funded, and when I look at the body of work that we've put out to the community and the things that we do, some of these big corporate nonprofits, they not even doing half of what we doing. And they got the bailout money. I didn't get bailout money.
Right.
Yes.
The only money that we got since COVID-19 hit was from the San Francisco Foundation. We got a $10,000 grant. Everything else has been created through programming, some corporate giving, community donors, and small scale fundraising. And we employ people.
And that's amazing. I mean, because to like he's saying, they've been doing this since 2010.
Yeah.
I remember when he first started this. I never really, and I remember when he first started. I never been around, and I commended this brother. For real, I commended him because, I've never been around nobody. I mean, this is things that I've always wanted to do. Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't know how to start and, how to write a grant or how to, a business proposition and none of this stuff. And I watched him do it from the ground up. So just for a person from our community to be able to do this, like he said, no grants from the state, none of that, within the private sector, started with $500 and still standing here after a decade. I mean, that's a blessing within itself.
I like I told you, my circle, and they was, when I mentioned and I posted that you was coming on, they was like, "It's a good brother." Yeah. And I was like, "What's up?" That's I'm
appreciate that.
Salute, respect. I wish you all the prosperity and blessings that this life will give you, bro.
Appreciate it.
I'm humbly and I'm a support for sure, because that's what we do.
I'm excited to be here. I love this atmosphere, the vibe.
This is all black owned.
This is really therapeutic, just to be vibing, talking business and social life all at the same time, and having some nice whiskey.
And supporting black owned, and supporting black businesses has to be intentional. It has to be intentional.
I'm just gonna say this for half a sec. The group of individuals I work with here, all black owned. There's 6 different companies here in this network. It's a team. We've been together for years. actually, some of them been together before I even got involved.
Right.
And been doing stuff, I mean, for years. We done movies, we got artists, we got authors, different business ventures, all a bunch of stuff going on, you know, and it's really about us having a voice and you know, being the author of our story.
Yes.
You know, that's what it's about.
Yes.
The pen is in my hand. Life gonna hand you them jabs and uppercuts.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you're gonna take a knee, Kaepernick.
Shout out Kaepernick.
You know, you're gonna take a knee, but you're gonna stand up and come on and do what you do. But as long as the pen is in your hand, you tell your story.
That's real.
To the best of your ability.
And that's what's up. You definitely have to be able to be willing to tell your story.
Yes.
And to know how to do it. Like, our stories are everybody in this room got a story.
Yes.
Like, me and him been friends forever. But every time we actually sit down and have a conversation, we find out more information about each other. Like, I didn't even know that was going on and stuff like that. Everybody has a story.
Yes.
And for me, I can't even listen to some of the interviews and stuff that I do because I'm like, I did it and it's out there in the universe. I can't go back because me being a perfectionist, I'm be like, you shouldn't have said and you shouldn't have said this, and you should have set up like this, and yes, beard should have been like this, and stuff like that. So I don't even listen to my voice afterwards. But I recognize that it's somebody that needed to hear that.
Yes. Just
as when I listen to my favorite people and stuff like that, I needed to hear them, and I'm like, they probably do the same thing. Like, I'm not listening to that. It's out there for the world.
It's a scientific fact, except for egomaniacs. People hate to hear the sound of their own voice.
Yes, it is.
Scientific fact.
I can attest to that because all I do all day is talk to people, and people tell me I appreciate you. Yeah. You're very, you're very qualified in your position. You have the information. So it's not the people, but it's just like you said. Like he said, when you hear your voice over and over, it gets, it does get a little bit
annoying. I'm like, I don't.
It's like I'll rewatch some of the podcasts because I'm a student.
You're
working on your
craft. I'm working on, so I'll watch and I'll be like,
how can I make it better?
Yeah, I'm a student. And we're our own worst critic.
Yes.
Right. But I'm not listening to it to get a high off myself.
I'm
listening to it.
I'm listening to learn.
How can I make somebody else? How can I make somebody else want?
That's like if
was I too much asshole? Was I too hyphy? Should I held back a little bit? I watched them and like.
But there's also but that's the art of being a perfectionist. There's always something you can work on because it's like a basketball player. I remember I heard this about LeBron before. Not a LeBron fan, but I'm just saying this.
He's a James. Shout out to the James gang.
He after he won one of his championships, they said he was in the gym that same day. He was already perfecting what he could have worked on. So that's what a perfectionist is always going to find ways to improve his ability
to get better. Because that's what anything. If you have something, you keep it sustainable by always perfecting the craft.
Yes.
Figuring out like, we outgrown this. We don't need to do this no more. That expired. This is new.
It's just like with sports with my son, my youngest. He'll be 16 next month. So
happy birthday, little man.
I've told him, and I've known him 10. Yeah,
because we were neighbors. Yeah, we were neighbors for many years. Yeah.
So with my son, I've told him sports. He's a 2-time home run champ, Little League, and everything. I mean, just going.
Yes.
The go-to kid. And I'm like, son, you got to work on your craft because there's somebody who wants your spot.
Yes.
And a lot of
you
people
want somebody's spot.
Yes.
Right.
Life is work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Effort. You only get out of it what you put in.
Yes.
Yeah.
You may be the fastest kid.
Yes.
From 4 to 12.
After 12.
But 13 on.
Yes.
You got lax. You get lax. And we human, we get lax. I'm like, son, work on your craft.
Yes.
You got to. Because somebody always wants your spot.
That's how the game go.
And that's what I spoke about earlier. Like, remember when I said I told somebody, like, don't dangle your job in front of me. I'll take it. Like, I will take your job because I don't see I didn't play sports. but I play sports on a whole nother space.
Yes.
It's
Life is
business.
sports.
It's business. I
Life
play
is
sports in the
sports.
business
Life is
space.
sports.
So I will take your job. Like,
Life is sports. There's coaches, there's players, there's staff. Life is sports.
yeah, it is.
You have a
We
rotation.
call those business athletes. That's
Business
what
athletes.
Life
Nah,
is
that's
sports.
what
We
it
gonna
is. I
coin
mean,
that business athlete. That's a nice hoodie. I see that in black
what,
letters.
But that's what business
Yeah.
is.
Business athlete.
Because you're always trying to get
Yeah.
better. And if you're any type of business, I mean, because I am, you're always trying to get better in your business. There are always some competition. I mean, friendly competition is always good.
It's always
so
good.
the business athlete is good because you analyze it from a sports perspective. And you're able to see that, only the strong survive in any sports.
And that's I didn't realize that I was competitive until I was joining a fraternity, because I just looked at it as like, okay, you just like to do all these things, and you're a hard worker, and you spend so many
Community service
hats.
first, but yeah,
And
it
then
gets
it was like,
competitive.
Sportsmanship is very
I
important.
had my line brothers tell me, like, you need to scale back and you need to fall back because you overshadowing people in the room, and people don't feel like they have a voice.
The line, the
And I was like,
line,
whoa.
yeah.
I was like, me?
That's
And they was like, yes, you. We love you, but you are out of line right now.
That's a heartbeat.
It-
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it feels good to be. It feels good when you have a brotherhood that will check you like that,
You
and
got
to,
it.
to keep you in shape and keep you
It's a beautiful
focused. They didn't tell me
Yes.
that they didn't want me to be this person. What they showed me is that in a room you like to talk, scale back, let others talk, enjoy, because sometimes we're all comfortable talkers,
Yeah.
right? So if we get in a room and we feel the room is dry, we
gonna
gonna
make
come
it
in with
happen.
the energy, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be great, but
Some
for
people-
somebody that's super scared that
Yes.
needs
It's
this
intimidated.
opportunity to finally
Yes.
find their voice, finally speak, we can even drain them out to where they never come on the microphone or they never feel empowered. And so that was right before I started my own business.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
had to figure it out.
it's like 48 laws of power. Don't outshine the master.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key to success.
You know, it's and like the heartbeat. You know what we there.
Yeah.
I've been there. I know it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So I've had a great evening
it's
with
been
you
a really
brothers.
good
Yeah, this is a
discussion.
pretty good conversation.
And the thing about it, that's really what I said. I had a couple of questions, very few.
Did we
And
answer the questions? I think we got.
we might have touched them.
I think he touched on everything.
Generally, I like to just have free flowing, consistent conversation, and I mean, we touched on a bunch of stuff, and it's just been great conversation. I want to thank Steve for tuning in as always. Farrell, Sister Cynthia, good looking sis. Everybody that tuned in, say what's happening. Bryce Frank Jr.
Oh,
Thank
Bryce
you for
in
tuning
there?
in. Yeah,
That's
he said
great.
speak on it.
What's up, bro?
Thank you
Good
for
to see
tuning
you.
in, sir. I
You know,
hope you
Frank. You know
like
what,
the
Frank.
page.
90 seconds.
Share the
Oh yeah.
share it. You know, I try to bring decent conversation. You know, we have our shenanigan shows at times we go in, but I really like to have good conversations with us and just keep it going. You know, each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm the conductor of this train, and as usual.
And all of y'all talk to y'all loved ones out there and tell them to put down their guns, chill out. Like, we do not need more black people getting murdered by each other. Like, we need to just put down the guns, chill out, go old school, 80s babies, 70s babies.
And if you lose the fight,
shake hands and walk away.
You ain't got to win every fight, long as you don't lose your last fight.
That's real.
Take the L, and if you feel like you want to try again tomorrow, say we.
Okay, sis.
I
I caught that.
What you say in the chat, we could see it.
We'll talk offline. I can't speak on it online. I mean, I know what she know. I know what she means. We spoke on it a little bit earlier. So we'll talk.
Yeah, but that's what it is. Like, we need some of that continuity back within the community. That's gonna Like, where y'all got a problem? Okay, everybody go sit down. Them two go get at it.
Or
none of y'all get up.
Or
nobody
just
go in the back.
have an intelligent conversation. You
Right,
can
our
agree to
talk.
disagree.
That's true.
Our talk.
And or if somebody irritates you,
Walk
ask
away.
yourself why they irritate you. Is it because most times you hate somebody, it's because of something you hate in yourself.
Yeah.
But
Or just walk away.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in as always. Once again, tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, on Facebook, Dwayne Anthony Aikens Jr., We Lead Ours, Bay Area Seminoles. Instagram at We Lead Ours, at Bay Area Seminoles, at Mentoring on the Fly, at We the Scenario Podcast, at D Elegance, WELO. And those are all our Twitter handles as well. This has been awesome hanging out.
I appreciate it. Lamar.
Follow me on Facebook at Lamar Russell, first and last name. You can also follow me on Instagram at Mr. Russell Services. And gotta shout out Miss
go ahead.
Stacy Marie, Lifestyle for the Dope Hoodie. Wealth is quiet, rich is loud, and poor is flashy.
Real spill, jewels and gems.
I like that.
And as always, I'm your host, Deshaun, a.k.a. Show You Right number 4. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you. Continue to, we growing. Share the page, like the page. If you want to have the opportunity to come on the show, you have a business, a service, reach out to me, message me. IG is Cognac_Confessionals. Facebook is the page you're watching it on, so send a message. I do respond to everybody. I'm a humble servant of the community. Thank you all. And as usual, now it's time to say goodbye
Cheers.
to all my Negro friends.